Got Polly out here. A lot of people have been wondering where the heck Polly's been at. I used to keep her in the videos all the time. And she's just been busy. Welcome back, everybody. Today is a real-time video. Today, we're focusing on leaving town, packing up, heading out, going off-grid. That's right. Last summer, I did the exact same thing. Had a newborn baby, and when he got 3 weeks old, we all took a maternity leave for 3 months. It was pretty amazing, pretty amazing. I'll put some pictures in, or maybe a video over my face while I talk of the places I was able to go last summer with the family. A big part of what made that trip so easy was having electricity. About 75% of the places we went, we had no plug-ins, no electricity, and we relied on a Blue Eddy AC 200P and 3 solar panels. This year, we're upgrading. Blue Eddy sent out this system here. They asked me to make a video on it, and I said, absolutely. I know there's a lot of families out there, a lot of people who bought RVs in the last 2 years, and they're going to all the national parks. Hopefully you got your reservations in very early, because I was slacking a little bit this year and I didn't get any reservations. So we will be 100% off-grid this summer. So if you guys aren't familiar with Blue Eddy, it's one of the top companies or brands that make these solar generators, these lithium-ion batteries, the portable solar panels over there. Well, last year, like I said, I had a newborn baby. We had bottle warmers, we had the bassinet that rocks and vibrates and has music and stuff. It made things doable with a teeny tiny brand new little baby. No infants this summer, so things should be a little bit more fun. The previous units I've used had a battery and all the components in one. The power inverter, the solar charge controller, all in one box. This system's a little bit different. These two things on the side here are batteries, and that's about all they're good for. I mean, they've got a cigarette lighter adapter here. You could run, say, one of those refrigerators over there off of it, but its main use is to power this thing. This big box here has 2 solar charge controllers, 1 power inverter, 3,000 watts, 30 amps, pure sine wave power inverter in here. It's a little overkill for a camper. You can add up to 4 of these batteries. Each one of these is around 3 kilowatts. That's a lot of battery power. It'll sit unused, turned on, ready for use for 5 days. At 5 days, it's dead as a doornail. Turns off. So you have to have solar going into this every day. So if you can put a kilowatt of electricity back into these batteries every day, they will never go dead. They'll stay at 100%. So with 600 watts, you should be able to do that in 4 hours. I'm planning on putting 800 watts on the roof of the camper and only using the portables for backup power. These folding solar panels you see in the back there, they're great. There are some downfalls. They blow over a lot. Not something you can leave out 100% of the time. Obviously that fabric is probably going to break down over time with UV rays from the sun. So having a glass solar panel with the aluminum framing is pretty necessary if you're going to do this stuff full time. There's options to get 220 volts out of a system like this. You need 1 more of these, and you take 2 of them, you put them into a combiner box, and you can wire them right into your electrical panel. I would like to try to do that with this workshop, is to 100% run this workshop off grid. All right, I'm going to take you out to the camper and show you how I have this installed. I gotta somehow get these things out there. Because they're the lithium ion batteries, they're very heavy. A lot of these units are only the lithium ion batteries, which are like 500 to 800 cycles before they have a reduced battery capacity. They're much more portable and lightweight, but you don't get the lifetime out of them. These things here, these batteries, if I take care of them, should last forever. Now the electronics inside, will they last as long as the batteries? Don't know. Things are going good so far. These adventures, this whole off-grid, this whole summer, we'll probably leave right around June. I'm going to be putting those on my 3rd channel. All right, made it out to the camper, got the batteries, got the big control unit out here. I'm gonna have to do some custom carpentry to get these batteries to fit. I wish it was an option as an accessory to get a cable that's twice as long as this, but I went on their website. They don't offer it. That would allow you more options to install this, whether it's in your house, in your basement, in your cabin, in your workshop, or in your camper. So because they don't have a longer cord, I have to keep these close together. Well, anyways, I'll show you. I'm going to give you a quick tour, show you where the family's going to be living all summer. Videos on this channel and all the channels will still be uploaded. They will all be pre-uploaded. I will be off-grid, but not disconnected. So I'll be responding to comments. I'll be responding to the Patreon messages. It will be like last summer when nobody even knew that I was gone. So keep that in mind. Videos will continue to go live on all these projects I have. Flooring projects, fencing, bathrooms, painting, master closet. That's going to be a pretty sweet video. If this type of video isn't your thing, I completely understand. Everything will be back to normal by Monday. So you have to excuse the mess. I'm just de-winterizing everything. I'm lucky enough that I can keep this at my house where I have a RV storage. This is where the kids live. They've got these huge bunk beds, lights, USB chargers, all sorts of stuff. Their own windows, pantry. This folds down to a bed. The only time we've ever converted it to a bed is when we're going to have movie night. This thing comes with a big TV and surround sound. It's kind of fun when it's raining out or cold and windy. Storage underneath, big huge storage underneath both. One of the reasons I picked this camper is it's a huge bathroom. You can fit 3 or 4 people in here. Lots of room, huge sink, nice shower. Doesn't have the seat. I didn't like the seat in the last camper. It's real easy to wash the kids off. I installed this little recirculating system. That's pretty cool, so that you don't waste hot water. You just recirculate it back to your pump until hot water gets here, and then you have it come out. That's saved us a lot of water living off grid with kids, and everybody gets a bath just about every night. A good sized fridge. I'm not sure the cubic feet of it. I have an auxiliary fridge and freezer that goes in the bed of the truck to store more food. Microwave, cooktop oven, decent sized sink. What else? Those are the Blue Eddy solar panels I used last year, so I'll be combining those with the new ones for this year. So this is the bedroom. These doors open and close. I have the bed up now because that's where I'm going to be mounting or installing the batteries. This is a second water tank that I installed. This is just over 30 gallons, 32 gallons of extra water. So we have 74 total gallons in containers, and then we have like a 6-gallon water heater. So that's 80 total gallons of water that we have in the camper. That is the outside storage there. You can see we've got life jackets and all sorts of toys and whatnot there. But just in front of the water tank is where the 2 batteries are going to go. They're going to go in this spot here. I have to stagger them, so I'm going to have to cut this little piece of wood out and take that screw out, and the cable connecting them will go behind the board and loop around into that one. And these wires here are from the last system. I'm going to be reusing most of those. They go through that hole, but I got to make that hole bigger because I got another cable that's going to go out that hole onto the other side of the bed. That's where the main control unit is going to sit. Not ideal, but that's my side of the bed, so I have to deal with it. So now we're on my side of the bed. So another cable will come out here, and the main unit will sit right here. It doesn't take up the whole way. I can still scoot around and get into bed. I can easily check the status of all the solar in, power out, everything right here. Gonna be difficult wrangling these 80-pound rectangles up and over and down into there. So I got this cable plugged in right, not too bad. I got it, it works. So I already have this hole here. So I'm going to take my hole saw and offset it to this side. I'm going to put my pilot hole right there, and it's going to just line up the plug that comes out of this hole a little bit better. I'm not starting a new pilot hole. I'm going to run this in reverse first with this bit pushed up against here, and it shouldn't walk. Yeah, famous last words, Handy. It's actually working. So this is what it looks like in reverse. It's already starting my groove. I may continue in reverse because this stuff is so thin, but what I don't want to happen is it to catch and walk out all over this and scratch it all up. Although I can easily replace these panels, and if you're getting curious about what I'm going to do when I go to sell this thing, pop these panels off and easily replace them. Okay, I'm going to go in reverse a little bit longer. Somehow put this in hammer drill. Want that. I'm going to try forward. Woo! Perfect. Perfect freaking hole. Look at that. It's rare that things work out this well, but that's exactly what I wanted. All right, here's the moment of truth. I have it plugged in. I can easily scoot it way back there. So when I push this button, this thing should turn on, and I should be able to look at the condition of both batteries. I'm hoping it didn't break anything. Getting it all the way out to the camper, getting it in here. So let's go. Oh, hold on, did I push the lock button? Ah, gotta do the lock button. There we go. So each cable has a lock button on it. And I don't know if you guys can be able to see this, but let me... This unit here is actually quite light. It's easy to move around. It's only, I don't know how many pounds it is. So we're gonna click this. We see battery 1, 100%, battery 2 is 99%. You can click each one, 99%. This screen, this whole system, hooks up to your phone via Bluetooth, and you can turn it off. You can turn the power inverter on. You can turn the battery 12-volt output on. I'm gonna be using mostly this connection right here. This is 12 volts, 30 amps. It's a special connection. So there's a cable that I have that will connect here, go through that hole back there, and connect to the house electrical system. It's going to run the lights, it's going to run the furnace, it'll supply 12 volts to the propane refrigerator and freezer, everything. Now there's also this cable right here. This is your RV plug. On previous models, there wasn't this unit. The AC200P, it just had these regular 20 amp outputs. And what I did is I had an extension cord that came through that hole back there and plugged into the old AC200P, and it went outside, went to a converter to an RV 30 amp plug. But now I can plug right in here. As you can see, the screen times out. You just touch it and it comes back to live. You can it comes back on. You can change the setting on how long it takes to dim. That's a power saving option, and also it cuts out on the light. This is AC on and off. You hit the AC button, turn that on. Now we have AC power. This consumes a lot of electricity. Now DC, this is going to convert the 48 volt batteries that are over there down to 12 volts. Turn that on. Now I got power coming out of all these 12 volt DC outputs, and over here there's some USB outlets. What is this? USB-C to charge laptops and stuff if you needed to. And I want to test to see if this will run my 13,500 BTU air conditioning. This connection is definitely worse than the AC200P. They had an all aluminum one, dot that lines it all up. Quick connect. I found that these plastic threads aren't very good and can get cross-threaded easily. But if you only do it once, it should be fine. Keep in mind, I do have a soft start hooked up to the air conditioner, so this should have no problems. Got Polly out here. A lot of people have been wondering where the heck Polly's been at. I used to keep her in the videos all the time. She's just been busy. So you can see that this is a clock thermometer thing. So we've got 80 degrees in here. There's another temperature gauge somewhere. It's 84 and 80 in here. It's kind of warm. So we're gonna try to run the AC. Set it at 66 degrees. Click. So that noise you're hearing now is the fan coming out of here, coming out of these vents. It's a ducted air conditioning. So we've got AC in different areas. But in a minute or two, let me close this door. That didn't do anything. So as you can see, we are consuming only 1280 watts. That's less than half of what this thing is capable of. Of course, we do have this 155 DC over here, but this is running at the air conditioner off grid. Now, if I had 1200 watts of solar, I could be running air conditioning 100% off the sun. Keep in mind, you can run 2400 watts of solar into this on 2 MPPT charge controllers. So you can have 2 different arrays plugged into here. So you can have fixed panels on the ceiling or on the roof, which would be, let's call it 1200. Then you can have another 1200 of portable setup. That gives you 2400. But say you had 800 on the roof and you had 600 out on the ground, you could potentially be breaking even with power out versus power in. It's a little loud. I have the fan running on high and I switched it to low, and there's a reduction in the fan noise and the fan speed, but only like 70 watts difference in power consumption. So you're not saving much by going to low fan speed. So I got my laser thermometer. Those of you who are curious what the delta T is on an RV air conditioner, on this one, in this setup, we're at 78 degrees in, and this is the closest duct right here. We are 54 degrees out. Not bad, not bad at all. Okay, here's the panels all hooked up. 600 watts. As you can see, it takes up quite a bit of real estate. But it is 5 after 3 in April 20th. And let's see what sort of power we're getting out of these 600 watt panel array. That's pretty amazing. 530 watts, and we're not even close to, you know, middle of summer, June 20 something, when the sun is highest in the sky. Well, there you go. That is the setup. Outside of me getting at least 800 watts on the roof, a good benefit to having a portable solar array is you can make an extension cable and park in the shade and have your solar panels out in the sun. So I definitely will be bringing the portables this summer, but I also need those ones on the roof. Thanks for watching this video. Like I said earlier, I probably said it a few times, I may have to put it on text. Videos will continue. If you got questions, put them down below. Solar, off-grid stuff is something I'm interested in, and that's why I made this video. I really like this product. Like I said, one of their previous solar generators is what allowed us to take an infant out off-grid all summer long last year. That's it. Goodbye.